Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everywhere you are watching me. You guys can remember this Audi Q8. I told you before in my last video that this car have battery not charging. The battery is not charging. So, and he always complain about the radar, lane changer, all these things that are related to the camera and cruise control. Is all of them they are manufacturing. So when we check with multimeter to check how many voltage the battery is supplying, because it complained in one fault code that the voltage is too low, the charging voltage is too low. Yeah. So when I try to check the battery is over here, down here. So when I check the voltage, it's giving me only 12.5. That means the alternator is not charging until I push the accelerator before the car will start charging, giving 13 points voltage. Sometimes we just cut off automatic without charging. So I decided to change the alternator, because sometimes it's charging, sometimes it's not charging, it's giving bad charging sometimes. So when I change the alternator, I realized that the alternator is not the exactly problem, but the alternator also is giving the bad signal. So before we later change the as we change the alternator, so the car is not charging still until we do the program for the alternator to connect with the hybrid battery, because the hybrid battery that is going to give signal to the alternator to charge, because the alternator is 48 volts alternator. So we need to do the program for the alternator and the hybrid battery to give them the connection together for the alternator to be charging, to be giving signal to this hybrid battery. So when we put the new alternator, I tried to program it. The program is not successful. It's telling me that the battery charging status must be 15 to 25 battery stage. So when I put this battery in, it's almost 20 stage battery status stage. When I put in battery status stage, I put it 20. Later it's telling me that the battery state is too high, I need to be a range of 15. So and I try to check all the cell voltage and their capacity one by one. I see all of them. One is 13.5, one is another one 13.5, another one 14.5. So all the current is not stable. One is 2.9. So the voltage is not stable. So that's why I decide to replace the hybrid battery. Let me show you the battery. When I remove the battery, I see the battery is already swell up. The battery is pregnant. Let me show you the battery also. So this is the alternator here. This is the alternator, and this is the battery here. The battery, if you can see, the battery is pregnant. It can't be closed again, because when I try to remove it, I try maybe I can charge the battery, but unfortunately it's not successful. So when I replace the 48 volts every battery, and I check everything, the fuse, I check it, I try to charge the battery, but unfortunately it's not charging. So that is why I try to replace the battery. When we replace the battery, the battery state of charge is now around 19. Before we do the program, after we do the program, instantly it's successful. As it's successful, so we try to move on and start the car, and the car, alhamdulillah, the car is okay now. So we are waiting to deliver the car to the customer now. So that's how to solve this Audi Q8 problem.